Hey, look behind me, this intersection is cleared, but that wasn't the case over the weekend. As a matter of fact, last night we were live out here as protests lined this intersection because of that Trump's deportation policies. You know, we were live last night showing you what it looked like. According to Glendale police, they were also assisting the Phoenix Police Department out here, where someone jumped into one of their patrol cars, drove off, as Scott mentioned, a short distance before they were able to quickly recover it. Now, no arrests have been made in that incident. Also, they have not released any suspect information, but this was the third night in a row that protesters gathered in the West Valley. Some who live here on the west side were telling me that they noticed it took about 30 to 40 minutes just to get home, because these protesters at one point would cause gridlock in the intersection in where they were protesting. But because of the size of the groups that were gathered here over the weekend, a lot of those roadways were blocked throughout it. So no word if they plan on protesting again today, guys, but it seems like the protesters and the gatherings continue to get bigger and bigger as the nights went on, this starting on Friday and then the one ending last night.
And we're seeing them in other cities across the country as well. Gibby, thank you so much.